Right everyone, WeaponCollector here. Right, this is going to be a video for my crossbow accessories that I sell. So this is basically the for sale video, letting you know what is available and what prices. So currently what I'm selling are pistol crossbow novelty bayonets, full steel construction or full metal construction, quivers for crossbows, and Broadhead bolts that will be a lot cheaper than anywhere else. So I think the first thing we'll go on to will be the quivers. So that's the crossbow quivers there. They hold 6 bolts. They mount straight onto the bottom of the weaver rail with a proper sight mount. Come on and off really quickly. There's the mount there. And these are small enough that you can still get multiple other accessories on. So what you would get if you bought this is the quiver and the 6 bolts, and the total price for that is £12.50. So it's £10 for the quiver and the bolts, £2.50 postage. They'll fit on all of the crossbows with a weaver rail underneath, and unlike some other quivers, they will hold every single kind of bolts. So there are some cheap ABS bolts in that one. There's some aluminium bolts in that one. There's the bolts that you get with the crossbows, the larger ABS ones. Again, you know, they don't fall out. And there's some of the one-piece aluminium bolts. These quivers will fit all of them. As I said, there's the mount. You can see it's a proper mount, made of Kydex, handmade, fit any bolts. Yeah, £12.50. So it's £10 for the quiver and the bolts, £2.50 postage for those. And as I said, they fit on any of the crossbows with a weaver rail on. So next we'll go on to the bayonets. So these are the bayonets. Again, fit on with a set of mounts, proper mounts, steel handle, mild steel blade, and an aluminium front piece here. Absolutely solid, riveted on. They can be taken on and off quite quickly. This one's tightened up a lot though because I've been testing it. They're not sharp on the sides, because you still need to be able to cock the crossbows. So be aware of that. They're not sharp on the side, but they are pointy, because that's all you would need for a bayonet anyway. Mild steel, and again, doesn't really need to be hardened. These are thick enough and stout enough that I highly doubt anyone would be able to bend these. There's a couple of different designs as well. So there's this one, which is like a standard double-edged dagger type bayonet. There's this shape with a fuller. Again, none of them are sharp down the sides. And then we've got a couple of other designs here. So I think that's the SA80 one, and the ends are filled in as well. This is the AKM style one, and I think this was a K-bar style one. All of these are available at the moment, but say if you want this specific model, you may have to wait. So the price for the bayonets is £20. That's £17 for the bayonet, £3 postage, due to these being quite heavy. I'll show you a close up there. There's the rivets. So as I say, really solidly built these are. You know, the actual bayonet is only really 3 pieces: the blade, the handle, and the sort of guard. There's not a lot to them. Absolutely rock solid. So yeah, 20 quid each basically, and that covers your postage. So lastly, we've got the Broadhead pistol bolts. I don't actually recommend you shooting these into hard targets like this if you want to make them last, although these will last. I do recommend when you take them out of a harder material like this, the way the blade is, you want to move them up and down that way, and then they'll come out quite nicely, no damage at all. Don't go side to side, so if the blade's that way, you want to go up and down, so like that, and hold it as close to the head as you can. Once you get a little bit of a wiggle, they'll come out. But these are solid. I've been shooting these into wood all day, these three. They've actually broke through the wood there. Now, these are very hard to get. There's probably 2 different companies that sell these for at least twice the price I sell them for. I'll tell you the price in a minute. The advantage with these, they will penetrate and cut a lot better than a standard bolt. These will fit in any pistol crossbow with no modifications. You won't need to take any sights off or anti-dry fire or anything. This will literally just go straight in and shoot. You don't have to mess around at all. You cannot remove these tips though, because of the nature of how these are made. You can't unscrew them. However, if that head came out, you could personally glue it back in, but I think you'd have a bit of difficulty getting them out, because I've done some extensive tests with these, and as long as you don't start wiggling the wrong way, they should be absolutely solid. So I've got around about 30 sets of these at the minute, and that sets are free. You can buy more than that if you want, but a set of 3 of these bolts will be 12 quid, and that's including the postage. And if you bought 6, I would knock off £2 because it would be the same postage. I may set a limit for now of how many people can buy, but I haven't decided yet. So here's the head, and you can't just buy these heads and just put them in either. They don't work like that. They have to be adapted to fit in the bolts basically, and these are the only bolts they're really suited to. But they are very good. They're rock solid, should last a while. I wouldn't recommend really shooting these into wood anyway. That's not really what they're for. So it would be £12 for free, and I guarantee if you look anywhere else you will only find 3 of these for at least 21 quid without the postage added. Most people want to charge you 5 quid. So it'd cost you around about £26 for 3 of these if you look elsewhere. And these style bolts that will fit straight in the crossbows with no adjusting to anything, just shoot straight out. You can ask for more if you want, but I reckon I'll limit it to about 6 or 9 at the minute per person, but feel free to ask me if you want to buy more. Just ask. I do also have for sale, if anyone's interested, these are the tips that come off of the bolts. Now I've turned these into Bodkin tips, and I could sell those for 50p each. I've probably got 100 of those. But what you can do, you can swap the tips over for these Bodkin ones, and you'll be surprised that Bodkin will penetrate 2 or 3 times deeper than a standard field tip. Field tips are actually meant to, they're designed to stop in a target. Bodkins cut through them. So if you want to replace your standard bolt tips with some Bodkins, little homemade Bodkins, 50p each, hundreds of those. So there you go. There are quivers available, bayonets available, broadhead bolts available, and I can also do some combos of stuff so it'll be slightly cheaper. There's one thing at the minute, I do not have any quivers that will fit the broadheads as of now, but if enough people say they want them, I can make a quiver to take these broadheads, but just remember it will definitely be more expensive than the standard quiver. So there you go. In the description is my email address. Email me with the title, you know, if you want bayonets, bayonet, if you want a quiver, quiver, if you want broadheads, broadhead. It's easier for me to sort out. So the email is below, it would have been here as well. Just email me and I'll send you the details where to pay. Well, PayPal is the easiest thing for me. Anything involving blades though, you will have to prove you're over 18. Right, before I go, I will say one thing. Alright, with these setups you can get a quiver, a handle and a bayonet on. With the quiver though, you can only put 4 bolts on in this setup. You can do multiple setups. You can take that handle off. There's no end of setups you can do with these. You can have a bayonet and just a quiver, bayonet and just handle, move the quiver in front of the handle. But what I may do in the future is make a bayonet that only has the top mount, cut it there so it's just one, and then it'll be slightly smaller, which means the handle can go forward, and then you can get a full quiver on then. As I say, you know, something like this is absolutely jam-packed anyway. So, and another thing, there may be people saying, "Oh, but I'm going to have to take my torch off the front now." I would recommend you have a torch on the top, in all honesty, because in the dark, a torch underneath, yeah, you'll be able to see the target, but in the pitch black you won't be able to see the rail to put the bolt in. So you're actually better off having a torch on the top, because it will still shine on your target, but it lights up the rail for loading another bolt in. There you go, crossbow accessories from WeaponCollector, ready to buy now. Just email me asking for whatever you want and it's yours, alright? See you later.